A cavalry paralyzed by deficient supply, men and beasts starving, intelligence leaks to the press, aimless reinforcements, broken and misused transportation, soldier absenteeism, plundering, officers voicing flagrant disrespect or failing to report at all. Major General John Pope's Army of Virginia manifested a shocking level of logistical and communications dysfunction during the Second Bull Run campaign. It scarcely needed Confederate help to meet its end. The hapless Pope, accustomed to victory and renown in the West, tried various approaches to administrate his disjointed army, concluding that the root problems were poor discipline, subordinate incompetence, and Confederate sabotage. This myopic assessment prompted Pope to issue a string of general orders, which not only failed to resolve the Army's disunity and stagnancy, but also famously escalated U.S. Confederate retaliations in the summer of 1862. The outsized political ramifications of Pope's actions have long pulled scholarly attention away from the logistical problems of the campaign, which deserve attention as a central reason for U.S. defeat. The sources of the Army of Virginia's disarray were, in fact, more complex than Pope could reasonably address on his own, involving the most intricate logistical puzzle the U.S. military would face in the Eastern Theater until operations at City Point in 1864. Additionally, within his tortured job of Army administration, Pope was plagued by politics in its broader sense, the power relations among Army leadership within high command and with civilian government. While Cecily Zander's essay evaluates the partisan dimensions of Pope's leadership during the summer of 1862, this essay adopts a different, and at times slightly contrasting interpretation of Pope's motivations and actions, particularly regarding his famous set of general orders. While the order's enforcement of congressional confiscation and stringency on Confederate civilians pleased many Republicans, I argue that, typical of West Pointers, Pope's primary motivation was practical Army administration, with Republican politics a secondary concern. Conspicuous was his choice to ignore African Americans, whose status preoccupied Republicans of all stripes that summer. In hindsight, the political context appeared amplified because of the fallout from Pope's orders. Federals and Confederates alike assessed them as escalatory, even though they re-articulated congressional law and de facto policy Pope had employed in his previous assignment in 1861 Missouri.